Right, sitting opposite me today is a UK garage legend, responsible for some of the biggest club hits to date, Mr. Wookie. How's it going, man?
Good afternoon.
So first of all, tell us sort of how you got the name Wookie, because obviously there's a Star Wars connection there, but...
Yeah, the only Star Wars connection part really is, because my surname is Chew. So when I was a boy, they used to call me Chewy. And I didn't want to call myself Chewbacca or anything like that, so next best thing was Wookie.
So you went from there?
Yeah.
So how did you get into music? What was your influences growing up? And
the garage side came about when I was at Soul to Soul. I used to do, I was an in-house producer for them, and I was doing R&B stuff. But then I used to rave.
Because you did a big R&B tune, didn't you, in the early 90s?
Yeah, I was G-Spot.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, 1990 it was. No, 94, sorry.
What was your involvement? Did you write that, produce it?
Produce it.
Wicked.
With I did 8 tracks from his first album.
What was his name again, Geezer?
Wayne Marshall.
Wayne Marshall, that's it.
Oh,
that was chestnut.
Mr. G, yeah. So I was at Soul to Soul after that, and I used to make, I was saying, yeah, I used to make R&B, but I used to rave drum and bass. And I used to get a bit pissed off with R&B because still to this day, there's no real R&B artist, I don't think.
What you class as R&B?
Yeah, well I class as R&B, there isn't that.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think they're allowed to be that urban. So,
yeah, sure.
You know? And so I decided to try and make something a little bit more English, so I mixed R&B with drum and bass. So slowing down drum and bass, speeding up R&B, using the melody side from R&B and the hard drum sound and the loops and that type of production from drum and bass, and brought it down to about 125. I used to work at that speed. I did a remix for Destiny's Child, their first #1, No No No.
Really?
Yeah, I did an R&B mix, then I did this kind of, at that time...
Was that under Wookie?
No.
What name was that under?
That was under Cat.
Cat?
Yeah, Cat. K-A-T-T. That's the same name under for Wayne Marshall as well.
Right, okay.
So at that stage, I called it Camdino Soul, because it's from Camden and, you know, New Yorican Soul.
Yeah, yeah.
So I called it Camdino Soul. And that was kind of the start of me doing that genre of music. It's like upbeat R&B.
So you never really thought of it as producing garage is what everyone sort of caught on to?
Well, garage at that time was speed garage.
Yeah.
And it was all 4/4 and speeded up vocals, and I wasn't into that. I didn't rave in the scene or anything. You know, and then after a mate of mine from school, Johnny J, he kept like begging me, like, let's make a tune, let's make a tune, let's make a tune, because I had studio access. So after a little bit, I said, okay, Jesse's on holiday, let's get some free studio time. And then we did Whitney Houston, It's Not Right, It's Okay. We did a mix of that, which Tough Jam, they had it in their chart for like 4 or 5 weeks.
That was X-Men, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's X-Men, yeah, X-MEN.
Yeah.
And then we did Brandy, Angel, and then Yesterday.
I mean, the 3 massive tunes there, like, they still sell today, like...
Yeah, I actually just saw a vinyl in the shop of Brandy and Yesterday on the other side. I'm saying I saw, I did put it there, but yeah, that was the first of the 2-step.
Yeah, because that just got major heat straight away when you put them out. Even though it did take a while.
Yeah, it did.
It did take, some of them took a while because it weren't until like 2001 where they really got battered and you sold thousands of them. But
exactly.
Like, you know, you said like EZ, Mad Jam, all them sort of people did jump on it.
Yeah, that first came out in '99. All those bootlegs came out in '99.
And I guess the next thing, really, what I heard the name Wookie was the mix you done for Gabrielle, Sunshine.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, that was through Frankie Fonset. You know Frankie Fonset, big DJ.
Very well.
And it was because of Angel. I sound like you did mixes with him as well. He loved Angel so much that he kept telling me he wants me to do a mix for somebody. He's going to try and get him some mixes. So Gabrielle was the first one, and then it all exploded.
It really exploded from there, didn't it? Because like when everyone heard that, it was like, whoa.
But then the funny thing is, about a month or so later is when I released Down on Me and Scrappy.
Yeah.
As Wookie as well. So at that stage in, was it 99, September 99, it was just going off. Then about a couple of months after that.
Because Scrappy was on
the B-side.
A Dream Team compilation CD.
Oh, okay.
And that's
okay.
where like I was working in the shop at the time, and people
Yeah.
used to be, "What is this tune? What is this tune? When's it coming out?" And that was the first release on your label, Man Chill, yeah.
That's when I split from Johnny J after the Yesterday, and went on to do my own stuff.
So why did you choose to go alone as Wookie, considering you had the success on the 3 sort of bootleg tracks with Johnny J?
Well, what happened with Johnny J wasn't planned. It just kind of happened. And I had been at Soul to Soul for so long and had my own dreams and aspirations of being this producer or whatever. And I just think that the X-Men with Johnny J wasn't in my plan. It just kind of, we got success. I didn't think we only just did it trying to get some money.
Did you only do them 3 tracks?
We only did those 3 tracks.
Together?
Yeah. Those are the only tracks we did. And then I brought it down to me after that, and then it went on for Gabrielle and to everything else.
And so on. So is there any hard feelings between you and Johnny?
Not at all. Not at all. I think he might have had some at the beginning, because understandably, you know, if you're in a part of a team that's like kind of successful and then one decides to leave.
He must have had some feelings towards you, because obviously...
Exactly. Which, you know, I would have the same thing really.
Yeah.
It was me.
Because he continued as X-Men, original X-Men, and you continued as X-Men EXE Men. So is that like a little stab at each other? Was
It wasn't
like
actually.
No?
I'll tell you how that came about. When I said that I was leaving, I told him for him to have the X-Men thing, and I didn't plan to use X-Men, but it was advised to me by other people, because I had built up the name. It was part of my thing, so they said to try and, you know, to either spell it differently or something.
Yeah, but even though you had success as Wookie, you just thought...
Well, it was more of a... And as well, I wanted another pseudo.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because sometimes Wookie can't be put on everything.
Yeah.
Because then you're tired of seeing Wookie's name everywhere.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, the first thing you done as X-Men, EXE Men, was the Sia mix.
Oh yeah.
Little Man.
Little Man.
And you couldn't have really done anything bigger under that name. I mean, that was massive. That must have been... Because that took a while to catch on as well.
I was about to say, actually, it did. It took at least 6 to 9 months before people were playing that. Because I remember when I did it, it was before Carnival, and I only put the steel pan sound, ding, 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 that bit in it. Because of Carnival, I thought, wicked.
Yeah.
It's come out straight in time for Carnival. It's got all the Carnival vibe in it. Yeah, I mean, but when Carnival came, no one was playing it. I remember when I first did it, I played it to the people that asked me to do it, Long Lost Brother, and they was like, this ain't like the last record or whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because every time I do something, it's always a little bit different.
Yeah, you try and take it somewhere else.
I never really try and have the same approach. I never call up the same drums in terms of a drum program.
Yeah.
And say, okay, I'm using that drum program with this song now, and it's always a fresh drum beat, always fresh sounds. I try and do fresh sounds.
How do you approach a track?
Always from the drums.
Always from the drums.
But saying that, Scrappy didn't come from the drums. Scrappy came from that. It came from that.
And
I'm sure the whole. What did the drums come first?
But more or less drums.
More or less it's drums.
So what sort of equipment are you running in the studio?
Now I use Pro 7, just an 03D desk. I just recently stopped using Pro Tools because Logic's good enough now.
Yeah.
And I got rid of my Mackie D8B as well, because it's like technology now is making everything smaller. It's like you got to keep up with it.
Yeah.
And I had a massive studio, and I was like, do I really need all this stuff?
Yeah.
I'm using 2 channels of the Mackie. I don't even need a desk really. You can just use the left and right out of your sound.
Mix it all in Logic.
Sound card. Yeah. It makes it all in Logic, all the compressors and stuff. As long as you've got a powerful computer, then you're nice.
What about your sounds? Do you sample a lot of stuff, or is it out of modules?
No, it's mainly the keyboard sounds out of modules. The drums are always samples. Like what I used to do is I have tons of breaks. This is from my drum and bass days. So loads of breaks.
Because your tracks were really dark anyway, weren't they?
Because that was a drum and bass influence. I raved. It's got metal heads. It's got everywhere.
The first time I heard Storm, I thought, what the is that? I was like, what? And then it's, you know, after 2-3 plays, it was like, this is big. Do you know what I mean?
See,
that was so dark.
See, I've told a story about this before, but I don't know if you'd appreciate me telling it again. But, the reason Storm came about was because of 138 Trek. Because I didn't particularly like 138 Trek. I thought it was, even though it was massive, but but it had this monotony to it that I couldn't get with, you know, because I was a little bit more I wanted to be a little bit more musical.
Are you trained in music?
No, not at all. No, nothing at all.
So everything's self-taught?
Yeah, it's just self-taught, play by ear, and I'm still there for hours trying to find what I want.
Yeah.
You know, but yeah, and then Storm came about. It was I don't know. It could have been jealousy. It could have been jealousy. You know what I mean? Why? Because I was riding high at that time, and Zinc came about, and everyone's all talking about 138 check, 138 check. We changed the boundaries of the music slightly.
Sure.
And at that time, I was considered to be the man who was in control.
Yeah, that's right.
You know, and then Zinc came along, and I was like, oh. And then Storm came out and told exactly how I felt.
So that was just letting out your anger in the studio.
That's one of the first times that I can actually say a tune where it was my emotions out on that tune. Definitely.
After you had the massive success with Battle featuring Lane, which went sort of, was that top 10?
Number 10, yeah.
Number 10 in the charts. I mean, that must have been
Louise beat
amazing.
me to number 9. Louise read that.
Damn Louise.
Yeah.
So, I mean, did you ever expect to be doing an album with Soul to Soul? Like, did the chart success of Battle surprise you?
Yes, but a lot of people used to say, that's going number 1, that's going number 1. I'd be like, you're mad, man, that is not going to number 1. First start, only one radio station played it.
Yeah.
Playlist, and that was Radio 1. You know, Kiss and everybody else, Galaxy, they didn't playlist it. You know, they said it was too sophisticated or too intelligent. I was like, the hell do you mean? What's sophisticated and intelligent? How can you judge what's too intelligent for your listeners?
Yeah, that's
you know what I mean? So thanks to Radio 1, it got to number 10. And everybody else who, you know, was all behind it in the clubs and all that. So, you know, it did surprise me. I thought that I was going to do something more, I don't know, in my album I wanted to do a little bit more. I didn't have enough time to do what I really wanted to do because there was a rush to get the album out.
A little bit of pressure and stuff.
Yeah, to get it out in that year. And maybe looking back on it, it was maybe a good thing to get it out in that year.
Sort of last year, the year before, you went a bit quiet on the garage front. And more recently, you sort of ventured into the kind of housey tip. You done a remix of Jill Scott Golden, which kind of got love across the board, which was quite good. Yeah. Considering, you know, some people don't take well to change. But it kind of kept your Wookie style to it, and you've had quite a lot of success with that. What made you change your style? Well, not change your style, but you know, obviously, it was a conscious effort to.
Yeah, it was definitely. It was because of the music that was going on. I kind of, I went away for at least about a year and a half, 2 years, and I was doing an R&B album, and I kind of that got put on hold. And by the time I turned back around to look at the garage scene, what was going on, it had completely changed to a point where I couldn't relate to it anymore. You know, so I made a conscious decision of really.
Why do you think that happened?
My only reason why that happened is, okay, the street was making music, yeah, and it's quite successful. Everyone was selling loads of records, and all the majors kind of was looking over the shoulder saying, well, what's going on there? Everyone's selling all these vinyls, because a major label cannot sell the vinyls, the amount of vinyls that we were selling.
No, they never will.
No, they never will, exactly. So my theory is that with the majors coming in and taking out all the best artists, like MJ Cole, Artful Dodger, all those people, all the real musos of the scene, and taking them over here, do you know what I mean, to do their own solo something, throwing loads of money in their face. They're over here doing, you know, trying to go on to the next thing. Yeah. And then left the scene with bare bones, really. A few people in there trying to hold it up, and then mainly the next generation left behind there, which were the kids, who didn't exactly have the musical direction of their peers before them.
People, yeah.
You know, so it changed and went a little bit, I don't know, I won't say it was rubbish or anything like that, but you know, it's trying to find itself again. And in a way, over the last year or so, I think it's found itself. Because for a good 2-3 years, man, nothing was going on. For me, nothing was going on. I couldn't relate to anything that I was hearing.
What's been your favourite production or remix? What did you enjoy producing or remixing the most?
One of my favourites is Sincere.
MJ Cole, yeah.
Yeah, one of my favourites is Sincere. Because listened to it was before to where, you know, I think I'd done what exactly I wanted to do.
Yeah.
And I think I tried to keep the musicality of MJ Cole, but add the hardness of Wookie.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean.
Try and bridge the two.
Yeah, bridge the two, and I think I did that with that record, and the same thing with Faithless. I did a mix of Become One, and that was like, that's why I kept that kind of techno sound from the original.
That's right.
Because we're all the same. We're from the same tree. Faithless is related to garage, and you know what I mean. We're all related.
It's all dance, isn't it?
Exactly. It's all dance music. It all stems from the same tree. So I tried to bring it back together again. In you know.
So you take one of those two. What other interests do you have away from the studio? What do you do to relax or to get away from it?
Get my frustrations out, kickboxing.
Kickboxing, yeah?
Yeah.
I see you put on a little muscle since the last see
I've all been training, but you know, get to spar with some Algerians. The Algerians, man, they don't run.
Yeah?
Yeah, they would like take your head off.
You got any belts like?
No, I used to do another martial art called oh my god, what my martial art was called? Sanshou, sorry. Sanshou. I used to do that. I got black belt in that, and kind of left that school and then started doing a little bit of kickboxing. But now I do Thai boxing. I prefer the contact.
So what does the future hold for Wookie now?
Fuck knows.
What's your future plans?
My future plans is I actually want to leave London for a little bit.
Really?
Yeah, I want to come out of the Grime. It's a rat race here right now. I just want to come out of it for a little bit. Still do what I'm doing. Still make my tunes. Still sell them here and whatever. But I want to move to Holland. It's only about an hour away. Just for a year, see how it takes me. You know, and eventually I want to do a remix album of all my remixes I've done. Not the past stuff.
Yeah.
The new stuff, the new soulful stuff.
Okay.
The 4/4, like the Jill Scott, Jagged Edge. I'm trying to license all those mixes.
Wicked.
And have possibly about 5 or 6 new tracks of my own on there, in between me doing another album. But I'm out of the deal at the moment, so this is stuff I want to do to, you know, basically to get that deal.
Let's get yourself up there.
Yeah, to get out and then get stuff out again, you know, on a big plane land.
So Holland, here we come.
Yeah. Amsterdam.